When you created WDE, your own production company, how did that feel at the time?
It was great.
Yeah.
Like WDEs, we started in New York City. We also have WDE in Australia. And I actually started developing shows that just doing things that I really enjoyed. So the first show that we sold was the Stafford Brothers, and we sold that back to Fox 8. And I was just laughing about it yesterday, like, thank goodness no one pulled back the curtains on WDE at the time, because I was 27 and I sold a 6-part series to Fox 8 in Australia. And thank you very much for taking that leap of faith in me. But like, I sold it out of a 1-bedroom apartment in New York City. Like, there was no big office and, anything like this. And for whatever reason, they committed and decided they wanted to make the show. And we had a great time slot that was just after American Idol on Australian TV. And the series followed the life of these 2 DJs, the Stafford Brothers, who traveled around the world. And the quest of the series was they want to be the world's #1 DJ. So they were involved, their manager was involved, Matt's girlfriend Brooke was a big part of the cast. So it was very much this ensemble team of 4 following their journey. And then the next series we sold was called The Flying Winemaker with another mutual friend, Eddie McDougall. And that series we sold to Discovery International, and it's now on Netflix. And it was hugely successful, but it was a food and wine show. So we traveled 13 different regions throughout Asia, pairing Asian food with Asian wines. And then, Big Crazy Family Adventure, again, was another amazing travel series. So I sort of lent into things that I thought I would want to make and people would find enjoyable.
What are some of the most thrilling moments you've had going around the world, not just for WDE, but maybe for things you've done with Eureka as well? Like, is there anything that stands out? You've been to Everest, you've been to all of these different countries. Anything that's so memorable or that you really just reflect on today as like, wow, that was a cool experience?
Yeah, I have those moments sometimes. I've been really lucky. Mount Everest, 100%. I remember for Big Crazy Family Adventure, for the final part of the journey, we spent about 7 days hiking to this remote monastery in Ladakh in the Indian Himalaya. And we had about 50 donkeys that were carrying all of our production gear. And I remember looking back going, wow, this is something. Like, how often do you have donkeys carrying all of your gear? And that many of them. Antarctica, absolutely. I mean, I've lost the photos, which I'm really gutted about, but I spent 6 weeks living in Antarctica. I'll never forget one time, because in Antarctica, there really aren't any roads. And we went from the base, a helicopter flew us to this sort of remote area where there was a colony of Adelie penguins. And the helicopter dropped us off. They said, we'll be back tomorrow to pick you guys up. And we were just on a big ice sheet, and there was rock around as well where the penguins were. And we spent the afternoon filming them. And because it was summer, the sun never really went down. We had our sleeping bags and our bivvy bags and some food. And so once we'd finished shooting the penguins, we then rolled out our swags, got into our sleeping bags. I had a little bit of red wine there, had a little glass of red or 2. I just remember looking around, it's like, we're in the middle of Antarctica on our own. The helicopter doesn't come back till tomorrow. Sleeping on the ice. Like, how cool is that?
Surreal.
Like, yeah. It is surreal. I'd love to go back and do some of those things. So, I've been very, very blessed.